Sure, here's a full 2,500-word article on the reality of the deep sea. The reality of the deep sea, a journey into Earth's final frontier. When we look out at the ocean, most of us only see the surface, shimmering waves, crashing tides, and the occasional glimpse of marine life. But beneath that blue blanket lies a world so mysterious, hostile, and alien that it rivals outer space. This is the deep sea, Earth's final frontier. Stretching from depths of 200 meters to more than 11,000 meters, the deep sea is a realm where light never reaches, where pressure is crushing, and where life has adapted in the most bizarre and mind-bending ways. Despite covering more than 60% of the planet's surface, the deep sea remains one of the least explored environments on Earth. Let's dive deep, literally and figuratively, into the fascinating, eerie, and often terrifying reality of the deep sea. 1. What defines the deep sea? The deep sea begins where sunlight starts to fade, around 200 meters (656 feet) below the ocean surface. From there, it plunges into complete darkness in zones known as the bathypelagic 1,000–4,000 meters, abyssopelagic 4,000–6,000 meters, and the deepest, hodopelagic 6,000–11,000 meters. These zones are defined not only by the absence of light but also by extreme environmental conditions, intense pressure, near-freezing temperatures, and total darkness. 2. The crushing pressure. One of the most hostile aspects of the deep sea is its unimaginable pressure. For every 10 meters you go down, pressure increases by 1 atmosphere (atm), the pressure we feel at sea level. At 1,000 meters deep, pressure reaches 100 atmospheres. By the time you get to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, Earth's deepest known point, you're facing over 1,100 atmospheres. To put that into perspective, that's like having the weight of 50 jumbo jets pressing down on you. Any human without specialized protection would be crushed in an instant. Even most submarines can't survive those depths. Only a few crewed missions have ever reached the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and each one required technology as sophisticated as that used in space travel. 3. Eternal darkness. Once sunlight disappears, around 1,000 meters, there is no natural light in the deep sea. It is perpetual night. In this eternal darkness, visibility drops to zero, and life has adapted in extraordinary ways. Many deep-sea creatures produce their own light through a chemical reaction known as bioluminescence. This light is used for a variety of purposes, attracting mates, hunting prey, confusing predators, or even communicating. The glowing tips of anglerfish lures or the twinkling lights of deep-sea jellyfish look like scenes straight from a fantasy film, but they're real, biological adaptations to an environment without sunlight. 4. Alien life on Earth. If there's one thing the deep sea proves, it's that life finds a way, even in the most extreme conditions. But the life forms that exist in this dark abyss are unlike anything we know on the surface. Some of the strangest include anglerfish, with oversized heads, razor-sharp teeth, and a bioluminescent lure on their forehead. These deep-sea predators look like monsters from nightmares. Giant isopods. Resembling oversized pill bugs, these creatures can grow up to 50 centimeters (20 inches) long and scavenge the sea floor for dead whales and fish. Vampire squid. Despite its name, it doesn't suck blood, but its cloak-like arms and red eyes make it look truly sinister. Gulper eel. With a mouth that can stretch wide enough to swallow prey larger than itself, this creature looks more like a cartoon exaggeration than a real animal. These bizarre adaptations are not just curiosities, they are survival mechanisms in an environment where food is scarce and every encounter can mean life or death. 5. Cold and isolation. Temperatures in the deep sea hover just above freezing, usually between 1 degree Celsius and 4 degrees Celsius. Yet life still thrives. In fact, some of the most biologically active areas of the deep sea are around hydrothermal vents, where superheated water rich in minerals gushes from cracks in the ocean floor. These vents can reach temperatures of over 400 degrees Celsius, but around them, entire ecosystems bloom with unique organisms like tube worms, giant clams, and vent crabs, none of which rely on sunlight to survive. Instead, these organisms use a process called chemosynthesis, extracting energy from chemicals like hydrogen sulfide released by the vents. It's a completely different food web from what we're used to on land or near the surface. 6. Giants of the deep. One of the most fascinating phenomena in the deep sea is deep-sea gigantism. For reasons not fully understood, many animals in the deep ocean grow much larger than their shallow water or land counterparts. Examples include colossal squid, estimated to reach lengths of over 14 meters (46 feet) with eyes the size of dinner plates. Japanese spider crab, with legs stretching up to 4 meters (13 feet) across. Giant tube worms, some grow over 2.4 meters (8 feet) long and live in dense colonies around hydrothermal vents. Scientists theorize that cold temperatures, high pressure, and slower metabolisms contribute to this gigantism, but there's still a lot we don't know. 7. The mystery of the unknown. Despite technological advancements, over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, especially its deepest parts. The deep sea holds countless mysteries. New species. Every expedition discovers lifeforms never seen before. Underwater landscapes. Entire mountain ranges, trenches, and volcanic systems lie hidden under the waves. Unexplored shipwrecks. From sunken warships to lost cargo vessels, the deep sea is a graveyard of history. Mythical inspiration. The eerie nature of the deep has inspired tales of sea monsters, krakens, and ancient civilizations like Atlantis. It's entirely possible that some of the most significant discoveries in biology, medicine, and even energy sources lie in the uncharted abyss. 8. Pollution reaches the deep. Unfortunately, even the deep sea, seemingly protected by its remoteness, has not escaped the impact of human activity. Researchers have found plastic waste. From bags to bottles, debris has been found in the Mariana Trench. Microplastics, ingested by deep-sea creatures, even at depths over 10,000 meters. Toxic chemicals. Persistent organic pollutants like PCBs have been found in amphipods and other deep-sea life. Noise pollution, from deep-sea mining operations, submarines, and sonar, which may interfere with communication and navigation of deep-sea species. This is a harsh reminder that our actions on the surface can ripple into the most untouched corners of the planet. 9. The challenge of exploration. Why don't we know more about the deep sea? Because exploring it is incredibly difficult and expensive. The conditions that make the deep sea hostile to life also make it hard to study. Equipment has to withstand crushing pressure, freezing temperatures, and complete darkness. Crewed missions are rare and often short. Even robotic vehicles like ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, and AUVs, autonomous underwater vehicles, are limited in how much they can see and collect. Yet, despite the challenges, scientists continue to push forward. Recent advancements in underwater drones, AI, and imaging technology are making it easier and more affordable to explore these depths. And with every mission, new wonders are revealed. 10. Could life exist elsewhere like this? One of the most exciting implications of deep-sea research is what it teaches us about life beyond Earth. The organisms that thrive around hydrothermal vents prove that life doesn't need sunlight, it just needs water, heat, and the right chemicals. This has led astrobiologists to consider places like Europa, a moon of Jupiter, and Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, which may have subsurface oceans and hydrothermal activity, as prime candidates for extraterrestrial life. If alien life exists in our solar system, it might look more like a tube worm or a bioluminescent fish than a little green man. 11. The deep sea and human culture. For centuries, the deep sea has fascinated and terrified us. From myths of sea serpents and krakens to modern horror films like The Abyss or Underwater, it represents the unknown, the place where monsters hide. This fascination is not just fear-based. It's a deep human curiosity about what lies beyond our reach. The more we explore, the more we realize how little we truly know. In literature, art, film, and even video games, the deep sea often symbolizes the unconscious, the hidden, the primal fear of what lurks beneath. And the truth is, much of what's down there is still a mystery. 12. A final thought. The deep sea is not just a place, it's an idea. It represents both the limits of our knowledge and the potential of discovery. It humbles us with its scale and complexity. It reminds us that, despite our technological achievements, there are still parts of Earth we have barely touched. Whether you're a scientist, explorer, or simply someone who looks out at the ocean and wonders what lies beneath, it's clear that the deep sea is one of the most fascinating and important frontiers we have left.